Morning guys, Sal Galvin here from Perth, WA. I have just had a huge breakthrough with one of my boys. Well, this is one of our pups. She goes on the weekend to her forever home where I'm a registered Labrador breeder as well, and our pups are quite sought after. But that's not why I'm on here talking to you guys. I wanted to speak to you about one of my sons and the mind fitness that we've been doing, and a little breakthrough that we had last night. So my youngest son is very intelligent, like he's smarter than me, and he is very good at everything he does, and he's such morning Robin, and he is such a perfectionist, right? So he's 6 and he's beyond his years in his thought process on stuff, and he's often ahead of me. But what's been happening lately, I've noticed, is he has this poor me attitude, which my husband and I don't have. So I don't really know where he's got it, but that's what he has. So if we were to say, like, what are you grateful for today? He would say, I'm really grateful that I got the orange ball, but I really wanted the green ball. Like, that's just an example. So he would say, I did such and such, or I'm really thankful that you gave me fresh strawberries in my lunch today, but such and such got strawberries and mango. Like, he will always finish whatever, and that's just like, they're just random examples, but he will do it with any of his discussions about anything. So he's always got a negative connotation, and then also the other boys have been, just don't want to play with him because he ruins their games, because he is always looking at the negative in everything. And so it's so important, a positive mindset, and I'm wondering how to do it. And I've been saying to Patty, like, it's important to be positive, and I've been trying, and anyway, morning Erin. Anyway, I had a breakthrough last night. So I was cooking dinner and Patrick was with me, and instead of being the mother speaking directly to the son and trying not to speak down to him, which sometimes you need to anyway, but I made a game out of it with him. So he's quite intelligent and he's learning to, his reading and his writing, and I just said, why don't we make a little special thing to remind you about thinking things in a positive way instead of always thinking in a negative way? And so we did PP, or I said positive Patrick, instead of me reminding you all the time. Patrick, why don't we make, morning Ruth, why don't we make it a game? And we won't tell anybody else, so none of the other boys and Jer know. So if ever I feel like you are doing something negative or speaking or thinking in the negative, way, morning Nikki, let's just do this secret code word, PP. Anyway, he thought that was amazing because he's 6, yeah? And like, I've been struggling with this for about a month or so now. I've been wondering, like, it's just not getting through to him. He's always looking at the negative in everything. And it's just so foreign to me because I don't do it. I catch myself. But it's about awareness, right? And being aware and catching your thoughts. So Patrick and I started playing this game last night. PP. He reminds himself and I remind him to, morning Jen, about, the power of positive, thinking positively. So last night at dinner, we were talking about the things we're thankful for, and Patrick did the same thing. He said, I love the mango in my, my lunch, but such and such got extra, and I just went PP and winked at him. His little face, instead of dropping, his whole demeanour when I correct him, his whole little demeanour picked up, and the other boy said, what do you mean, PP? And we didn't say anything. It was just like our own secret. And I reckon I've cracked it. So I'll keep you updated on that one. But I thought, instead of taking the parenting role all the time, have a bit of fun with it maybe. Because this has been a real dilemma of mine, and I've been wanting to crack Patty because it's a big life skill. You can look at the positive or the negative in anything all through life. And if you naturally look to the positive, life goes smoother. If you naturally look to the negative, it's the universal law of attraction. I was saying to you guys before. So anyway, I don't know. Have you guys ever done anything like that with your kids? Like, chuck a comment in and tell me about it, because I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing, but I think it's working. So I really wanted to just put it on and say, tell you guys what I was doing, because it's, maybe it might work with you guys. It's just a bit of fun. It's something different, and it makes a joke and lightens things up a bit. I think sometimes I take life too seriously, and sometimes you just need to lighten it up. Like, check this out. She's fallen asleep. How gorgeous is she? She thinks what I've got to say is pretty bloody boring. Because she's awake now. She can hear the other dogs. Anyway, guys, pop a comment in. Have you guys done something similar? Or have you got a child that does look at the negative? So the other boys don't. It's Patrick. Always looks to the negative side of everything, and he gets very frustrated, and he's such a perfectionist. Oh, well, hey, actually, hang on. Here's an example. Perfect example. So they did the Mind Fitness class on Monday night, Patrick and Dara. And they came out, Dara just thrived on it. He absolutely thrived on it. He learned that happiness comes from within, and he learned to calm and still and center his mind with 3 deep breaths. And at the end, they all get to choose a bookmark to take with them, yeah? And Dara chose, I can't remember what Dara chose, but anyway, Patrick, the one he chose was, it's okay to make mistakes. And Dara came out showing me his bookmark, and he was delighted with his bookmark and his choice of bookmark, and he was really happy with how things were going. Patrick came out all upset because he got the worst bookmark. You see that negative connotation that he's had, it runs underlying his whole thought pattern at all times, and I've been working really hard to change it. And I think I've cracked the code last night. So PP, positive Patrick, don't let him know, if you guys know me personally, don't let him know that you know our secret. But it's a secret that, I think is going to work. It's like having fun with parenting. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening. And you guys got a kid that does the same. Morning, Sarah. You guys got a kid that does the same, a negative, that runs with an underlying negative vibe. And tell me if you guys have got some tricks for the trade, because I think it's such an important life skill. If we can mould our kids to think in a positive manner from such a young age, not unrealistically positive, but positive all the same, to look for the solution instead of look for the problem. Because I think the power in that is, you guys all know, the power in that is amazing. If you look for the solution instead of always looking at the problem, then you'll find the solution. If you're always looking for the problem, then you'll find the problem. And the problem gets bigger. It's all a point of perspective. And you know what? I'm sitting up here in Janice, up at the riding school. I just let the horses out. And it's raining. How brilliant is that? It sounds gorgeous on the tin roof. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now. Have a good day.